guys, Mom Lian here. What an amazing day to learn. Are you excited? Come on. For this session, we will discuss the differences of a leader and a manager. The objectives are identify the differences between leading and managing, and visualize how does a leader or manager become a good leader. So here's my question. Are you a manager or a leader? What's the difference? Does it matter? How to tell if a leader is good? What is the difference between a manager and a leader? This is a regularly asked questions among many organizations, and it has been answered in as many different ways. We look at what experts agree are the key differences. Let's find out the meaning of a manager. Well, a manager is someone who is in charge of the organization and has a group of subordinates who reports to him or her about the day-to-day operations. So the manager is in charge of planning, organizing, staffing, directing, and controlling. Now, how about the leader? A leader is a person who holds a dominant position in a given field and has the ability to influence a group of people towards achievement of objectives. What are the key differences? Let's try to look. The main difference between being a leader and a manager is that people follow leaders, while managers have people who work for them. A lot of this comes down to three areas: motivation, vision, and communication. In any organization or group setting, there are individuals that other people seem to just gravitate toward. These people tend to have great motivation, a clear and positive vision, and are very good at communicating. These examples of leadership don't just appear in business either. It could be at the local sports grounds, interest club, or in a not-for-profit organization. This is not just only talking about a company, right? It matters in all walks of organization. There is a common quote you may have heard previously about the difference between manager and leader. Managers have subordinates, just like what I have said a while ago. Leaders have followers. Experts agree that those leaders with shining qualities are the ones who not only have a vision, they strive towards it and get other people to drink the Kool-Aid, so to speak. Now, let us try to see the specific differences of a leader using a graphic map. Okay? Let's go over the map. Manager versus leader. When it comes to meaning, manager is someone who is responsible for managing the entire organization, while a leader is someone who influences the subordinates towards attainment of the desired goal. When it comes to aims, a manager aims at directing and controlling people, while the manager aims at motivating and inspiring people. For people, a manager calls them subordinates, and for a leader, they call them followers. Wow. For the key skill, a manager is quick in decision making and coordination, while a leader is has a foresightedness. For approach, a leader is approaching a planning activity, and a leader sets direction. For leadership style, take note, a manager is transactional, which means more on transactions, right? And a leader is transformational, which means a leader is not only contented of his followers to be like this, he wanted to transform them. Mhm. And next, when it comes to striving for, a manager is striving for efficiency, while a leader is striving for effectiveness. When it comes to things that they're focusing on, a manager is focusing on the process and a leader is focusing on the people. When it comes to change, the manager reacts to change and the leader promotes change. And when it comes to handling conflict, a manager avoids conflict. He doesn't want to handle conflict, Maybe it's giving them stress because they're targeting a goal or a quota in a daily basis. While a manager is using conflict as an asset, which means that person or that leader is using that experience to be the best that he or she can be. And when it comes to perspective, a manager has a short-range perspective while a leader has a long-range perspective. To add, leaders tend to have charismatic personalities, are regularly positive, and focused on ensuring the people around them understand the vision and embrace it. Whereas managers tend to have a vision and tell people to either agree with it or get out. Oh, that's mean, right? So, in my opinion, a great manager also has leadership skills, of course. We should not forget about that. They are able to establish a vision within the overall goals of the organization and encourage employees to work together as a unit to reach toward that vision. Interestingly, well, great managers have leadership skills. It doesn't mean that all leaders are in a management role. Did you get my point? It means not all leaders are in management role. I'm sure you have probably witnessed this yourself. A colleague who everyone, including their direct manager, probably follows. More than the other way around, alright? But what's good, guys, is that you can be both a manager and a leader, or one or the other. When you are in management mode, you are working towards the short-term goals and, of course, objectives. When in leadership mode, you are envisioning a vision of the future and laying out the groundwork of influencing others to join you in heading towards the future. So, for example, you're a teacher. Of course, sometimes you can be a manager and you can be a leader. It depends upon the situation. You can be a flexible person. You could be in your management mode or in your leadership mode. Just look at the original English meanings of the words manage and lead. To manage means to handle, which implies a high degree of direct involvement. To lead means to go before and prepare the way. See? So managers supervise staff in the day-to-day operations of an organization, and inspire others towards greatness. How to become a good leader? First, listen more and speak less. So there is a saying that the lesser you speak, the less fault that you will encounter, right? So you should always develop the habit of listening. Next, consensus is good, but direction and decisiveness create action. Third, anyone can identify a problem, right? A kid, of course, like in my case, my student can also identify a problem. My friend or every one of us. But a leader is part of the solution. A leader is not a part of a problem, right? It should be that you are always on the part of the solution. Okay? Next, apologize publicly and gloat privately. Of course, we are not perfect beings, guys, right? Whenever we commit mistakes, it's best that we apologize publicly. With that, your followers or people around you will appreciate that you're humble and at the same time, you acknowledge your mistake. Lastly, give the hard message. So here's the key points about managers and leaders. A manager connects daily work with great goals. A mere manager focuses only in the short term. A leader thinks people as people. Mere manager sees only titles or organizational chart. A leader earns respect. A mere manager wants to be liked. A leader is thrilled when team members achieve great things. A mere manager is threatened. Oh, that's so sad to know. But we all know that there are managers who has the kind of attitude, right? A leader also empowers people with honesty and transparency. A mere manager parcels out information as if it cost him personally. If the team falls short, a leader is responsible, while a mere manager blames the team. A great leader cares mainly about results. A mere manager is more concerned of the process. Another one, honesty and integrity. These are crucial to get your people to believe you and buy to the journey you are taking them on. When it comes to vision, you should know where you are, where you want to go. And if you're a good leader, enroll your team in charting a path for the future. Inspiration. It's good that you should inspire your team to be all they can by making sure they understand their role in the bigger picture. And you should also have the ability to challenge. Do not be afraid to challenge the status quo. Okay? Do things differently and have the courage to think outside the box. So, communication skills. Keep your team informed of the journey, where you are, where you are heading, and share any roadblocks you may encounter along the way. No matter what personality elements you feel make the difference between a leader and a manager, we tend to all strive towards becoming a leader. The fact that the things happening now in Ukraine is a result of failed leadership, right? If you are a good leader, you will not let your country suffer that way, or you will not choose war as an option because there's no winner in war, right? So that is an example of bad leadership. Okay? And next, I think it's better if you combine as well the management role and the leadership role to balance things. Of course, we know we're not perfect. We're human beings, right? But with this kind of skills, a combination of both could be a great contribution to your organization and to your country. So now let's go to the idea of the day. So I'll be leaving you this message. The key to successful leadership is influence, not authority. By Kenneth H. Blanchard. You know, people will follow you if you have influenced them, not because you are the authority or not because they're afraid of you. It's better that people follow you because you have inspired them, you have influenced them, not by just merely exercising your authority as a manager. Somehow, I hope, guys, that you have learned something new from this topic today. Thank you so much. Bye.